10 minutes away from getting their results.
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations to everybody who is receiving their A-level results, their T-level results, or their BTECs this morning. I hope it's going to be a day of celebration for lots of people. They should be really proud. Their teachers, parents and carers should also be really proud of them. Hopefully, they will have gotten the results that they were hoping for and got on into the university that they were hoping for. But my key message is if you're not in that position, don't panic. There's a lot of support available. There are people here at UCAS, where I am this morning, ready to talk to you on the phone about your options, and clearing is open for those individuals. So reach out and get support if you need it.
There's always so much debate about whether exams are the best way to test students. I wonder the extent, and that debate rages and has raged for many decades, and the strengths and weaknesses of the arguments can go up and down. I wonder whether AI strengthens the argument for exams once again, because it really then comes back to the students, and you can't lean on these other resources that might be emerging.
So I think what's really important for universities is that they have a method that they're able to assess whether that student's going to be able to succeed in that university, and there are lots of ways of doing that. Exams like today's, the A-levels and the T-levels and the BTECs that individuals have taken, but also wider ways of assessing a performance. So if they have a kind of portfolio or performance-based subject. So there are lots of ranges of assessments, and they're all important, and of course they're all going to have to evolve and adapt to AI just like the rest of us are.
This isn't a question about university versus other kind of means of qualification, but rather within those systems, which courses are best to apply for? Do we have a mismatch in terms of courses that people apply for versus perhaps the courses that then best lead to jobs? Is there good analysis on that or not?
Yeah, so the kind of top line statistic on that is if you learn more, you tend to earn more. There will be variation based on subject and the types of jobs that people go into. And data on that is available on the Unistats website and other places for students to look at if that's something that's important to them when they're considering their university choices. So there's lots of information out there, and students should be able to find it in a variety of places.
Do you have expectations about the overall level of grades across the country today?
So I think it's too early to tell. As you say, we'll find out in 10 minutes or so where things have ended up. We have seen so far a record number of 18-year-olds applying to university, which is a really great thing. And I hope that we'll see over the rest of today that universities across the UK are able to flex to meet that demand and support those students into university if they decide that's the right choice for them.
Just finally, in terms of that advice to those people that might not get their results, talk us through the clearing process and your thoughts towards that.
Yeah, absolutely. So clearing, first of all, it's important to say that clearing is there for everybody. It's not just for those who don't get their grades, but it is a key route for those who have just missed out on their offer. It's a process where applicants can phone up and be matched with the courses that are still available in the system. So if they find themselves in that position, then they can pick up the phone, talk to advisors here at UCAS. I would also encourage them to reach out to the university, either that they originally applied to or the one that they're now looking to study with, to talk to them about what their options are and to get the support and advice that they need.
Steph, thanks so much for joining us. Very much appreciated. Well, as you can see, Paul and Rachel have joined me around the set. And I was mocked earlier, Paul, for the day I got my results being over the telephone, not on the internet. So I brought you on to discuss this to make me feel a bit better.
When mine arrived by carrier pigeon in the
exactly.
late 1980s, yeah.
Do you remember the day still?
I do remember the day very clearly. I was I'd started travelling in the year out. I didn't get the results I needed to go to university, and I looked around me at the gorgeous beach I was staring at and thought, well, that doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah, and it took about 4 years to get to university, but I do remember. I remember my mother being more disappointed than I was.
I remember, do you know what? My dad was infuriating in and around both taking of exams and results. To the extent, I remember him saying ahead of exam results day, saying, yippee, exam results. And we're like, Dad, you just don't get it. Because things had always gone so well for him. Do you know what I mean? It was a very frustrating sentiment ahead of it.
I have a child who is getting their results, or could get their results, in 6 minutes' time.
Could? Well, they definitely will then.
Well, yeah, but she's decided to do the old way. She's going to go in and wait till 9 o'clock till she can get the envelope. So that's going to make the next 66 minutes even longer for us.
Good luck. I mean, even more honoured that you're here today doing the GDP data for us.
Absolutely.
On that front. But gosh, good luck to absolutely everyone out there, and to your daughter in particular. Of course, Rachel, we were dwelling earlier about that good news, bad news, and how people can dwell on it all.
Yeah, I think very much so. It's one of those things where when you're in the moment and you've spent, your entire childhood working towards it, can feel like this moment of exams. It can feel hugely significant, but actually it's just really about sort of celebrating the results that are good, commiserating about the results if they're not so great, enjoying it with your friends, having a plan afterwards, and just coming up with, the option, because whatever happens, this is the stepping stone, isn't it, to later life, whether it's to university, to a job, you're going back again, it's such a pivotal moment, and it is exciting, even if the results aren't quite what you were hoping for.
It is exciting, and I guess a lot of people will be celebrating together as well this evening, whatever the results. Do so responsibly, but have a good time. It's great. You bring everyone together. You're either drowning your sorrows or elating. It's bring all the friends together before they go off to university. Right, we are almost out of time, so let's have a quick look at the weather. A very good morning to you. It is A-level results day, and hundreds of thousands of students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are about to open their envelopes to get their results right now. Let's get straight out to them. We've got our correspondents around the country for us. Anjum Pirbakos is in Bexley Heath Academy in South London. Shaman Freeman-Powell's at the North Birmingham Academy. Dan Whitehead is at the Clearing Centre at UCAS HQ in Cheltenham for us. But let's go to Anjum. First of all, Anjum, you are there with some students. Break it down for us.
So we're here in Bexley Heath Academy in South London. I'm literally just about to go over and speak to 3 students who are about to receive their results. So if you just come with me this way, they're about to collect their envelopes, and this will be the moment that they've been waiting for several years now, where all this hard work will hopefully have paid off, and they'll have their future plans on the ready, all going on this opening of an envelope. So we've got, they're just receiving them now. Right, we've got Daniel, Nathan and Navi here, and they've just received their envelopes. So, Daniel, when you're ready, if you want to do that moment now and just share that with us. Nathan, how are you feeling? Okay, yeah? Okay.
Okay. Wait. What?
You okay there?
Where are the grades? What is this? Oh, this is the price. Is that? Oh, it's a level. I got 3 A's.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing! Well done! That is fantastic news. Congratulations. Nathan, when you're ready.
It's a bit messy.
Deep breath, deep breath. Do you want some help?
No.
Are you okay?
Oh, wow. I got D star, D.
So all distinctions?
Yeah.
Did you do BTec? That is amazing, fantastic news, Nathan. Congratulations. Navi, when you're ready.
I got A and 2 Bs.
Amazing, fantastic. Congratulations to all of you. You guys have done absolutely amazingly. And how do you feel right now?
I'm elated. I'm happy because when you put in like hard work, it's good to see like the result come out good.
Yeah, and what are your plans now? What are you thinking of going on to do?
I'm going to take my talents to Loughborough.
You're going to take your talents to Loughborough. I love that. Nathan, what about you?
I mean, Dan, you couldn't have said it any better. You know, when you put in hard work, you know, you get the results that you want to. So, yeah.
And what are your plans now?
Right now, I think I'm going to Notts, but I'm going to see my other options through clearance.
So did you think that you weren't going to do as well as you have done?
Yeah, I've done better than I predicted.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. What an amazing outcome for you. Navi, what about you? What do we think your plans are going to be from here on?
I think I'll be going to King's College, but yeah.
And what are you planning to study at King's, do you know?
Physics, probably.
Amazing. Well, huge congratulations to all of you. You really have got amazing chances now and opportunities. I think definitely, let's give them a massive round of applause. Fantastic news. So happy for you. And we're just going to go back now to the studio. Thanks again so much for sharing this moment with us.
Indeed, thanks. And congratulations. There was rounds of applause here in the newsroom as well. Anjem, thanks for bringing that to us. Let's get to Shaman now. Shaman, gosh, a few of the students there no doubt watching that with their own nerves. 4 minutes they've had to digest their results.
Well, yeah, here at the EACT North Birmingham Academy, actually many of the students seem to have taken advantage of a lying as they're only just starting to trickle in now. But you may be able to see behind me that the exam papers are now outlaid, ready for the students to come and pick up their qualifications for A-levels and for some of the other technical courses too. You can also see there's a spread that's been laid out too, lots of cupcakes and balloons to celebrate the successes of around 50 students today that will be collecting their qualifications. Now, as I say, some students are only just arriving. They're about to head down into this hall and find out their results. I did catch up with a few of them earlier on outside the building, waiting to come inside. They told me they were very nervous, too nervous actually to go on camera, but shortly I will be meeting some of the students that will be collecting those results to find out how they feel.
Shaman, we will come back to you as and when some of them are filtered in and you're ready to bring, or they're ready, I guess, to share their moment with us. For now, thanks so much. Dan is at UCAS. Busy day there, Dan.
Yeah, busy day, Wilf, here. The phone lines have just opened for clearing. We'll come on to that in a moment. But let me just bring you some of the statistics we've just got from UCAS in terms of how many people have got into their first choices at universities. The figures just out in the last couple of minutes show that just over 255,000 18-year-olds have been accepted today, and that is up 4.7% on last year. Now, 82% of those 18-year-olds who've been accepted have got into their first choice. Now, that's the same proportion as last year. There is a record, actually, according to UCAS, that has been broken. In total, 439,180 applicants of all ages have been accepted into universities. Now, that's up 3.1% on last year. It's the highest number of placed students on results day on record. So those are the stats that we're getting. Just over 439,000 students getting a place of all ages, the highest number on record. Quick word on international students as well. The number of accepted international undergraduate students applying via UCAS is up compared to last year, 52,640. That's up 2.9%. The largest market, perhaps unsurprisingly, China. That's gone up 13% to just over 12,000 Chinese students accepted on UCAS university places. So that's the latest stats, a record being broken in terms of the overall, all ages, all domiciles, getting a place at a university here in the UK. Of course, there are many who are opening their emails logging into the system or indeed going to schools and colleges like we've been seeing just there, who perhaps aren't going to get the grades exactly that they want. And that is where the clearing system comes in. You can see behind me here, the team have already started answering via social media, via the phones. We can hear them chatting to students who are already calling in, trying to get advice about what to do next. There's around 27,000 places available, courses, spaces available, and the guys at UCAS are on the phones ready to assist if those students didn't get exactly what they needed.
Dan, great stuff. Thanks so much for that. Back out with Dan later on in the programme. We can actually go back to Shaman now, and Shaman, I think, is now joined by some students.
I am, yes. I'm joined by two students that have come in bright and early to collect their results. We'll start with you, Amelina. How are you feeling about today? What are you expecting to receive?
So I'm expecting maybe A's for both my psychology and sociology because I did BTec business, so I already know that I got distinction. But if I get BB for the subjects, I'm fine. I'm going to be fine.
That would be good.
Yeah.
And what about you, Fiona? What are you hoping for today?
I'm hoping for ABC, because then I'll get into Warwick, but I'll be fine with a BBB.
What subjects?
Drama, psychology and English literature.
Thank you. Well, should we get this going though? Should we open those results and find out how you did? You see hands shaking.
Yeah.
So go on, Amelina, share with us. What did you get?
It's okay. It's okay.
What are the results?
It's BB, I guess. So
Okay. BB, how are you feeling about that?
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. And what about you, Fiona?
I got a BCC. So,
Okay. How are you feeling?
A little bit disappointed. I could have done better, but you can't change that right now. So, I mean, at least I've got my insurance to go on, which I know they've accepted me. So
That's your second choice, and where is that?
Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And as you say, the results are, it's a big moment, but this is years of hard work, right? It's taken a lot to get to this point, and we know that COVID had a part to play as well over years. Have you found challenges in studying for your A-levels?
Not really. Maybe some bits, but like the teachers were mostly next to us, so it was fine.
So you had a lot of support then?
So we had a lot of support, so there was no need to like worry like, oh, I didn't get this, how am I going to do? So we just can ask teachers and it's going to be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And what about you, Fiona? What kind of challenges did you face?
I've actually felt like very challenged in A-levels, mostly because like I don't think I would have been able to afford a tutor. I mean, I didn't get one, but I don't think I would have been able to because of COVID and because of just costs and everything. Some of my majority of my teachers were really helpful, but there was only like one subject where I just didn't really feel like I got the help that I needed. But I think.
And it's a difficult transition, isn't it, from school going on to that sixth form and college? It's totally different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really difficult. Like the A-levels, subjects are just way more, harder than GCSEs. Well, for some are just the exact same, but yeah.
And before you go off to university or apprenticeships, what are your plans ahead of that? You've got a couple of weeks left, haven't you?
I'm going to go on a holiday. I'm going to go on a holiday, but hopefully uni's going to be good. So hopefully you're going to with the teachers, with the tutors, whatever they're called, hopefully we're going to get a good relationship as well. So hopefully it's going to be good.
That's amazing. And what about you? What are you most excited for?
Going out with friends mostly, just, have a little peaceful holiday while I can.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thanks for being brave enough to share your results on air, and congratulations. I know you've worked extremely hard, so well done. As you can see, 2 students have finally opened their results. We can see more students milling around behind me, so I'm going to catch up with them and find out how they've done.
Shaman, great stuff. Thanks so much for that. And congratulations again to all of the students, particularly those we featured live here on Sky News with, as Dan was saying, a record number getting into their first choice university. A-level results have been coming out in the course of the last 20 minutes or so. More than 400,000 students have been accepted onto degree courses. And we can now speak to UCAS Chief Executive, Dr. Joe Saxton, who's in Cheltenham. Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Saxton. Your initial reaction to all of these results coming in?
Well, it's an absolutely brilliant day to be a student. As you say, we're seeing record numbers of people accepted to university and a record number, a staggering 250,000, 250,000 UK 18-year-olds have woken up today with that all-important accept to university course.
What is the process now for those students? If they've been accepted, they know immediately? Presumably it's a slightly more complicated process if they haven't quite got their grades.
So if they've met the terms of their offer, their university's accepted them, they will have had an email from UCAS at 8 a.m. that has told them that. That's all they need to do. For those people where things didn't quite go according to plan, or people who hadn't yet thought of applying to university and are watching the coverage and thinking, oh, I'd like to do that too, it's absolutely not too late. You can see some of my fantastic colleagues behind me talking to students live on the phone now. They stand ready to serve and support anyone who wants to still explore their university options. And there are around 27,000 course options available, so there's loads of choice.
And are there loads of places available?
There's lots and lots of places. If you want to go to university, there are absolutely places. There are courses available right now in subjects ranging from medicine through to medieval history, so there is a lot of choice, yes.
If somebody has missed out on their first choice, what's your advice between going for an alternative choice now or taking more time, a year out, or retaking exams to try and get back to that first choice?
Well, my advice is that students generally have done a lot of research. What we can see here at UCAS is that normally half of all of those students who take a place through clearing are going back to one of the 5 that they originally made an application to. So what I would say to those people at home in that position is reflect, reconnect with those original choices you made, talk to the universities that you visited. Don't just, throw a dart blindfolded. Trust your instincts, trust your research, think of it as your curated playlist, and go back to one of those 5 that you already have engaged with. I say that because what our data shows is that where students have had a longer relationship with an institution, they're most likely to turn up and enrol and ultimately to graduate.
What's your analysis as to the courses matching up to the job opportunities today versus a decade or so ago? Are we improving on that measure, or does it not really matter and degrees are adaptable to jobs?
Well, I think the students are really savvy, and we can see them in terms of the changing trends of the subjects they're choosing in their university applications. That's shifting over the years. So there's an increase over the last 5 years, really, towards all of those subjects that might be called STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, computer science related. There's definitely a trend in that direction, and that's obviously students really thinking about those potential careers that they're really interested in, but also thinking about what employers are likely to want.
Dr. Saxon, it's a busy day ahead for you. We better let you get back to it. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd love to get both of them individually after.
He's going to LSE to do maths and economics.
If you just stand on the middle section between all the tiles there. Nice. All right. Nice one, boss. So stay just like that. All right, mate. So if you could tell me your name and how you did in your results.
My name is Mustafa, and with my results I got A star, A, and a B. So
4 subjects as well. Most people, come on, man. I remember just do it. Like most people do 3. That's incredible. So what are you moving on to do next?
I'll go into UCL. My course is physics.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Have you got any idea what you want to do, sort of long term?
Not really.
No?
No plans at all. But I'll think of something along the way. But for now, I'll just move on. I'll move on.
And just last question, man. How are you feeling after opening these results?
I'm just happy. I don't know what else to say. I'm just so happy that I got in. And yeah, there's no worries.
Awesome, man. Thanks very much. So if you could start just by telling me your name and how you did in your results.
I'm Malvik and I got 3 A's, and I'm really happy with that. Means that I've gone to my firm of King's College where I'm going to study English Lit.
English literature. Okay, so and is there a career goal, your love for literature?
I haven't got a specific job, but I do want to do something related to writing.
Yeah.
Hence why I also did 3 essay subjects, and my favourite is English Lit. And so I'm doing that at degree level.
Wow. And how are you feeling knowing that you're going to King's College this?
I'm just relieved now. Don't have to worry about anything.
I imagine the revision period was a little bit stressful.
It was hard, but it was worth it now.
Yeah, completely. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Maxine, if you could just tell me your name again and how you did in your results.
My name is Maxine, and I got triple D stars.
That's incredible. What in?
BTec Applied Science.
Amazing. And what's around the corner now for you?
Next steps is going to University of Surrey to study biochemistry. And, yeah.
Amazing. And happy about your the next few weeks. Was it your first choice university?
Yeah, it was my first choice university as well. So like I'm excited to like move out, be independent, be on my own. You know.
Completely massive, brand new chapter. And just generally, how are you feeling this morning, opening those results, seeing those triple B star?
Ecstatic, because like I genuinely didn't think I would get like such like the highest result possible, and also to find out that this is like the first time within the course like happening within the course happening in the school is the first time that someone has achieved like the highest result.
Really?
Yeah.
Massive congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. And last question for you. How was the revision period? You must feel relieved, no?
Absolutely relieved. Both periods, in both years, when it was exam period, it was stressed to the highest level, like revising constantly, just trying to put everything into my head. It was just like constant stress. But then when it got to the coursework part, I was just like way more mellowed out because I would submit everything on time, complete everything to the highest standard, and yeah.
Amazing, and it's all paid off. Congratulations again. What was it you're studying at uni now then?
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry. Oof. Amazing. All right, thank you so much.
Right, do you want to talk to me? Oh, yeah, I've got you on my list. I've got you on my list. And what are you going to study, Max? Biochem.
Well, Shaman's able to join us now live from the North Birmingham Academy. Shaman, have you been seeing more students come in and get their results and hopefully the results they wanted?
Yes, there have been more students that have been trickling in throughout the course of this morning. The head teacher has explained to me, though, that now a lot of the students get their results emailed to them from 8 a.m. this morning, which means many of them aren't coming in into the colleges or the sixth forms to collect those results. So there's less of a buzz and an atmosphere that you would see in other years. However, there have been around 30 students or so that have collected their results today. I spoke to a few of them earlier about how they felt. Vast majority of them were happy. The others were still confident they would get into a university. There were a few students that I spoke to who were working and spoke to me about time management and how that can also have an impact on results too. But by and large, happy students here and happy teachers too, who say that they are super relieved by the results that their students have received. I am hoping to speak to Owen, who is about to open his results now. He's a little bit nervous about doing it live on camera. Have you opened your results yet, Owen? Have you? Yeah? How are you feeling? Tell me how you did.
I'm really happy, yeah. I needed AAB to get in, and I got A-star AB.
That's
so I'm really
incredible. Happy. Well done. Honestly, you must feel so proud. I'm guessing you worked really hard, didn't you, to get those results? Tell me a little bit about that and the effort that went into it.
Yeah, so it was a lot of effort. I had lots of support of my teachers the whole time, just always keeping me working hard, always there to give me support, extra help on the mark and everything. So I'm really glad. This is a bit of a team effort, and yeah, I'm really happy with how I've done.
And it is such an important moment, isn't it? Now you get to decide what you want to do for the rest of your life, and that could change as well. But what are you hoping for in the near future?
Well, I'm studying a maths course at the University of Nottingham. And then, I don't know, I'm just going to see how that goes and see what kind of careers open up to me as I'm doing that.
Do you have any idea what kind of career you'd like to pursue?
No, I'm hoping to find that out while I'm at uni.
And you have so much time to figure that out, honestly. And what are you looking forward to for the rest of the day? How do you think your family are going to react to your results?
Well, I mean, I guess they'll be kind of happy. I think I'll just go out for dinner or something and just take it easy, yeah? And make the most of it.
Take it easy, relax, stress and the pressure is off slightly for the moment, right? Congratulations, well done. As I say, I'll see a round of applause there for Owen and his results. It's lovely. As I say, many of the students are happy. This has been years worth of stress, of working extremely hard, some of them alongside part-time jobs as well. So it's a moment of relief for many of the students here at the North Birmingham Academy.
Shaman, great stuff, and congrats to Owen, congrats to all of the students thus far. Well, let's get out to Anjum, because Anjum's in Bexley Heath Academy, South London, and been capturing the mood there for us throughout the morning. And Anjum, no doubt more results rolling in.
So we've had a steady stream of students this morning coming in and collecting their results, and there's been an array of outcomes. We've had some students who are absolutely elated at what the outcomes have been for them, and they've got their first place choice at university, and they're absolutely ecstatic and happy to share that news with their family and friends. We've had some students who've actually overachieved what they were predicted, which is a really, really fantastic situation to be in. And those students are going through the process of clearing, but in a really positive way. They're looking at how they can further options and opportunities using that clearing platform on UCAS, and they're doing something called an adjustment. And they've set up a room here at the Bexley Heath Academy specifically to help and support those students who want to decide to do something possibly different from their original choices. And alongside those students, we've also had some students who weren't as happy and possibly didn't get the results that they wanted originally, but they also have got options, and we've got staff here on hand that are providing that absolutely necessary and vital support, helping these young people decide some really, really important, make some really important decisions today as they decide what they're going to do for the future and for the foreseeable.
Anjum, great stuff. Thanks so much for that. Anjum Pirbakos there for us. Well, Rachel and Paul's still here. By the way, Paul just got a phone call. And so I was saying to him, get off set and take it, because you're waiting for your daughter's results. Turns out it was the boss, so I said, no, stay here.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of our colleagues who we can deal with later. Yes, I am waiting for...
If the phone goes and it's your family, walk off straight away.
I will, but I think we need to send Anja more Shaman to my daughter's school, and maybe they can ask my daughter what results she's got, because she hasn't told her parents yet.
Well, she doesn't have to. If you're watching, you take your time, and you know. But gosh, it's a tense moment, and I have to say, just putting all that together. Firstly, congratulations to every single student, but I mean, particularly those that are willing to talk about it so soon on air, live. Some of them. I mean, God, I literally have been like, so tense watching it unfold.
I mean, as a reporter, I've done this year in, year out. It's quite nice to actually be on this side, but I do miss that sort of buzz of speaking to kids. But honestly, it's the ones who agree to speak on camera, who agree to open that results knowing that it might not be what they want. I mean, it's a really brilliant thing for them to do. And it's just such an incredible cohort of young people. And, you know, to be able to take a bit of disappointment on the chin and say, well, you know, maybe that was a girl earlier who brilliantly just sort of said, well, you know, maybe could have worked a bit harder, but it's still good results, got into her second choice. You know, fantastic work.
Absolutely. And still also interesting to hear how some of them choose to celebrate this evening, quiet evening, going out with friends. I'm quite impressed that Owen there, I think his name was, who got great results. You know, a quiet evening. I'm not sure I would have chosen that after.
Yeah, I'm not anticipating, whatever the results are, I'm not anticipating there'll be a quiet evening involving my daughter. The hard work, the pressure that is, we talk about it a lot, the pressure on this cohort, this generation, but in the education system, it is transformed from when I was at school doing these exams, and I suspect when you were as well. And we place an enormous amount of the fact we're all there, broadcasters are there, the focus on these results is enormous. And they are an important moment, and they're a gateway to higher education. But I think we all probably know from our own experiences, they don't necessarily set the path for the rest of your life. They're an important moment, but they're not make or break. And it's important, I suspect, particularly for those who don't do as they might have hoped, to remember that there's plenty of opportunity.
And Paul, you'll know this with your daughter's experience, but we're years on, thankfully, now. But the pandemic really, really affected this last 5, and probably next 5 years worth of graduating students.
Absolutely. This cohort lost most of year 7, I think I'm right in saying, first and second year, and were impacted in all kinds of ways that I don't think we'll know fully. Well, hopefully some of them will go on to research the impact of the pandemic, but they have, well, they didn't miss exams. They have borne an awful lot, and so it's great to see them smiling. With good news or bad, absolutely.
Do you know what one thing that shows the sign of the times? Obviously, most kids don't send letters anymore. They're not very good at opening envelopes. Forget what's the content of it. They really took their time. So, what's this? It's a physical thing to open.
De-skilling analogue basics.
Which added to the pressure I couldn't watch. Anyway, it's been great stuff, great coverage throughout. And again, congrats to all of the students getting their results today. And we're going to have much more coverage of that. Good morning to you. It's 9 o'clock. It's A-level results day, and hundreds of thousands of students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland have got their results.
I'm here in Bexley Heath Academy in South London, where all morning students have been receiving their A-level results.
And I'm here at the North Academy in Birmingham to find out how students are feeling.
Plus, President Zelenskyy goes to Downing Street. He'll be greeted personally by the Prime Minister when he arrives this hour.
I'm here in Downing Street as we await President Zelenskyy, who'll be meeting with Keir Starmer right at that door behind me ahead of that all-important summit in Alaska tomorrow.
Well, a very good morning to you. It is A-level results day. Hundreds of thousands of students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are finding out their grades over the course of just the last hour. And here is some of the reaction we've had over the last hour as students have got their results.
I got 3 A's.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing!
I got D star, D.
So all distinctions?
Yeah.
Did you do BTec? That is amazing, fantastic news, Nathan. Congratulations.
I got A and 2 Bs.
Amazing, fantastic, congratulations.
It's a BB, I guess.
Okay, BB, how are you feeling about that?
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's
that's good.
A maths, B chem, and B in physics.
That's fantastic. How are you feeling?
Could have been better, but at the end of the day, as long as I got in uni, it's fine.
Well, we've got full team coverage for you of A-level results there. Anjum Pier-Bakos is in Bexley Academy in South London. Shaman Freeman-Powell is in Birmingham for us. And Dan Whitehead is in UCAS headquarters in Bristol. I think we're going to go to Anjum. Is Anjum able to join us? Maybe not. Maybe we should... Yes, Anjum is able. She can hear us. Anjum, let's get to you first. Break down the mood there where you are.
Hi, so we're in Bexley Heath Academy in South London, and we're just going to go over and speak to some students now who have actually just received their A-level results this morning. So, hi, if you just wanted to quickly have a chat with us, how are we feeling? So,
feeling happy.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us how you're feeling and what you've done and what subjects you've done and what you're planning to do.
So I did IT, I did business, and I got good grades, so I'm happy about that.
And what are you planning to do next?
Planning to do software engineering.
And have you applied at university already and got a place?
Yeah, I have.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Greenwich.
Amazing, fantastic. And have you told your friends and family the good news?
Oh, I'm about to when I come back. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what about yourself?
I'm doing Westminster, University of Westminster, studying software engineering.
Fantastic. And are you happy today?
I am, yes. I'm very happy, yeah.
And what are your plans and how are you going to celebrate today?
Probably going to surprise my mum and dad. But I mean, they already expect me to be good, and of course I'll prove that to them. So.
Thanks so much for sharing this moment with us. It's fantastic.
You
Congratulations to you both. Fantastic results for all of you. So there again, some more students who have received their A-level results today, really happy with their outcomes, have got the chances to go off to study what they want at their chosen universities and are about to go off and share that news with their friends and family and probably have a bit of a breather and take some time now to de-stress, because this whole process can be quite stressful for the young people that are receiving their results today. And we've seen this morning that there have been some students who have overachieved, some of them have not done as well, but the support's in place for them at the school, where students have been able to have the support that they need to make the right choices, make the decisions, using the information available to them, with staff available to them, and really making the right choices as they move forward into the next part of their educational journey.
Anjum, great stuff. Thanks so much for that. And we're going to be back out with Anjum at 1:30 when we get the data on the overall national results in terms of grades. So let's go to Shaman now. Again, in North Birmingham Academy. Shaman, one thing that's been quite interesting to me is it seems like all the students are gathering on their own, not with their parents for these moments. Or is that just the parents more camera shy?
Yeah, well, I think what's been quite striking to me is the fact that many of the students seem to have checked their emails this morning rather than travelling into the college to collect their results. Some of them wanting to stay at home so that they can open that email with their parents. Others, though, that have decided to come into the college or sixth form, it means that they have that support, don't they, of their peers, of fellow students that they can speak about their results with. But I want to show you behind me, because you can see here that the staff at the North Birmingham Academy really have put on a spread, and I am shocked because the students have barely touched any of the croissants or the cupcakes. That could be a sign of the nerves that they were feeling ahead of opening those envelopes earlier, and that's something I want to speak to about with the executive head of North Birmingham Academy, Joe Paddock. Now, Joe, we've had the results. How are you feeling about how your students have performed?
Yeah, really, really pleased. They've worked so hard, and they've removed as many barriers as possibly could over the last 2 years, and they've just performed outstandingly. So yeah, we're really, really pleased and proud.
And most of the students that we have spoken to this morning at Sky News have been really pleased with the outcome. There are a few that are slightly disappointed. What advice do you give to them?
So they just need to access the support that we've got on offer here. You know, if they haven't got into their university first choice, which is very, very, very few of them, then we will support them to look for an alternative. And we've got many success stories over the last 2-3 years where they haven't gone to their first choice, but are now are absolutely smashing it. So yeah, it's just take the support that's there, take some time to breathe, and just realise it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely, and everything happens for a reason, right? Yeah. Fantastic, thank you. Students here have been very happy, and those that have been slightly disappointed have been supported by the staff at this college.
Shimon, great stuff as always. Thanks so much for that. Let's get to Dan now. He's at UCAS HQ in Cheltenham. Dan, unbelievably busy day for all the people there at UCAS.
Yeah, the phones are off the hook here, of course. Not everyone got the grades that they needed, so this is the nerve centre of clearing, where those students who perhaps didn't get their first choice or haven't yet applied are going through the system, and that is very busy. Let's break down some of the figures that we've had from UCAS. We're joined now by Dave Penny, who is the Chief Communications Officer here. Dave, thanks for speaking to us. A record-breaking year, hasn't it? Just drill down some of the figures that you've found out this morning.
Yeah, an amazing day to be a student this morning. So congratulations to everyone receiving their results today. 82% of students waking up and logging into ucas.com have been placed at their first choice university. That's roughly the same number as last year. And we see other great data points in terms of some of the most disadvantaged students, more of those hoping to start university this year and have been placed.
Yeah, we've seen that, haven't we? Number of 18-year-olds from the most deprived areas in England, Wales and Northern Ireland getting a place. Talk to us about the record in terms of the number of placed students on results day, 439,000. I think that's a record high, isn't it?
It is a record high, even higher than 2021, which was our last. So in the height of the pandemic, the number of students surged. So this is a really, really impressive data point. And I think it's testament to the hard work of students, but also the work that goes on in universities to recruit those students.
We know that there's around 27,000 clearing spaces that your team are going to be trying to shift. Probably isn't the right word here, because there's some top universities and there's some top places available here. But are you sort of seeing that perhaps students are being slightly more picky? It's a big decision to go to university. It costs a lot of money. They're going into a workplace which is perhaps more squeezed, the threat of AI and so forth. Are students being a little bit more picky?
I think students are extremely savvy. So one of the really interesting data points we see is just the rise of STEM subjects. So engineering, mathematics, they're up double digits this morning. And I think that students looking at the job landscape and the rise of AI, and really, I think they're making that conclusion that they want to work with AI rather than be replaced by it.
It's a real change point at the moment, isn't it? Quick word on international students, because it's interesting to see that that's up this year. Some 52,000 or so international students, mainly from China. They underpin a lot of the finances for universities in the UK, don't they?
They're hugely important to UK universities. It's always been a feature of our world-class universities that they attract the best and brightest across the world, and you can see that in the data points this morning. As you say, China up significantly, but not only China, other markets are up, and that speaks to the power of the UK higher education brand across the world.
Dave Penny from UCAS, thanks for chatting to us. As I say, around 27,000 courses available here. The lines opened at 8 o'clock, and within a couple of seconds, they were off the hook. Advisors helping those students who perhaps didn't get the grades they needed.
Dan, really interesting stuff. Great stuff as always. Thank you very much, Dan Whitehead there at UCAS HQ. Much more on A-Levels results day throughout the day here on Sky News. And Anjan Pirbakos can now join us from Bexley Heath Academy in South London with some of the summary of the scale of those grades that have been coming out this morning.
Hi, so let me tell you, the results are in and we've got some good news. We've seen a rise in the highest grades. The A-star and A grades have seen an increase of 0.5%. Not a huge rise, but still an increase from last year's, rising to 28.3% across the A-level cohort. We've also seen an uptake in the number of students who are taking T-levels as opposed to A-levels, and we've seen an increase there. We've also seen some subjects being preferred by students at A-levels. So the choices with subjects like maths and psychology have seen a steady rise, whereas the humanities and arts have definitely seen a decline over the last few years, and that has still remained in this cohort as well. I think it's really important to also remember that regional differences are still apparent in this cohort, and we had Jill Duffy, who is the Chief Executive of Ofqual, say that the regional differences are still not getting any better, and they're still very pronounced across the country. So that's definitely something that people will be looking at, I'm sure, as we look at these results in more detail. And UCAS have also released their figures this morning, and they've stated that 18-year-olds now they've offered more undergraduate positions and more places than they have done previously. So for young people in this particular cohort this year, for the 2025 A-level results, things have been largely positive for those students and the opportunities that will hopefully provide for them as they go forward in their journeys, either in work, apprenticeships or at university.
And Jim, great stuff as always. Thanks so much for that, and congratulations again to all students getting their results today. We want to get one student in particular's results, Paul. Your daughter Elle has now got her results?
She has got her results, and yeah, she got the results she needed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I
Break
think
it
we
down
can
for
have
us.
students crying on air this morning, but perhaps not parents. Would be best. Yeah, she got. She got 3 A stars and an A. So she'll take that and she's going to study medicine.
Paul, congratulations to her and to you.
Well, yeah, indeed. It at least ensures that I'm going to remain economically active for a good few years. What we were talking yesterday about £20,000 a year in living costs. She's going to need a job.
What's a 6-year course?
6 years, 7 years into medicine. But
well, that's a very noble thing to be going into as well.
Yeah.
So, Elle, congratulations. Incredible results and wonderful choice. So where she's heading off to? She knows where?
She does know where, but I'll keep that to myself if you don't mind.
Of course.
So share it.
But again, congratulations to absolutely everybody getting their results today. A particular congratulations from everyone at Sky News to Elle. Paul, again, congrats.
Seems to have gone all right.
Well, you have to tell us now why she took so long to tell you. I was teasing you.
Is it delayed gratification? I don't know. She wanted to go and open the envelope and I guess be with her friends and then eventually let her parents know. I think relief, I mean, I'm very proud of her, obviously, as everyone should be, but the relief, I hadn't quite realised how much it was weighing on us.
For everyone. Families all around.
Absolutely, and siblings as well, who've all been, you know, they've had their own exams, some of them younger kids, so it is a great relief. And it's helped by the fact she got the results she needed. But it's not the end of the world if you didn't.
No, and there's lots of advice on that, by the way, on the Sky News website, on the UCAS website and further afield. Congrats to everyone getting their results to the day. We're taking a quick break. Sky News Today up next.
Now, the results are in and the proportion of A-level entries awarded top grades has risen again this year, remaining above pre-pandemic highs. As about 700,000 students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland find out how they've done, they've had this from the Education Secretary.
My message to young people is that if you've got what you've needed to move on to the next step in your journey, that's fantastic. But if you haven't, there's lots of support and advice that's available either from your school or college, but also through UCAS if you're considering going to university through clearing, and also the National Career Service, because there are lots of fantastic routes that are out there, whether that's apprenticeships, university or much more besides. So a big well done and an important morning for our young people.
Well, we've been speaking to some of the students as they found out their results.
I got 3 A's.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing!
I got D star, D.
So all distinctions?
Yeah.
Did you do BTec? That is amazing, fantastic news, Nathan. Congratulations.
I got A and 2 Bs.
Amazing, fantastic, congratulations.
It's a BB, I guess.
Okay. BB, how are you feeling about that?
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
that's good.
Yeah.
And for those students who perhaps didn't get the results they needed, the Chief Executive of UCAS says it's still not too late for anyone who wants to explore their university options through clearing.
For those people where things didn't quite go according to plan, or people who hadn't yet thought of applying to university and are watching the coverage and thinking, oh, I'd like to do that too, it's absolutely not too late. You can see some of my fantastic colleagues behind me talking to students live on the phone now. They stand ready to serve and support anyone who wants to still explore their university options. And there are around 27,000 course options available, so there's loads of choice.
Well, as thousands of teenagers get their A-level results, we've got our correspondents around the country covering the highs and lows of a day like this. Anjum Pirbakos is in Bexley Heath Academy in South London. We've got Dan Whitehead at UCAS HQ in Cheltenham, and Siobhan Freeman-Powell is at North Birmingham Academy for us this morning. So morning to all of you. Anjum, I'm going to come to you first of all. Such a nervous moment getting A-level results. And I know you've witnessed a few people opening theirs this morning there, but overall, the national picture does appear to be a pretty positive one, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And this morning what we've seen is that there's been a rise in the top grades that have been awarded. So we've seen an increase of 0.5% in the A-star and A category, so rising to 28.3% across the entire cohort, which is positive news for everybody. And it's important to remember that this cohort is the cohort that took GCSEs without adjustments, without any changes or amendments post-COVID. So it's a real kind of testament to the cohort that have done and achieved such high results, which is fantastic. We've also seen that there are more places that have been awarded to 18-year-olds at UCAS this year, more so than they have previously. And we've also seen that there's been an increase in the number of students that have taken T-levels this year, and it's seen a big rise from last year's cohort. So there's definitely considering options for young people when they do embark on that journey from GCSE to A-level, and sometimes those choices are becoming more wide and more varied for them. We've also seen that there has been a regional disparity across the nation, where we've had some parts of the country who haven't performed as well as other parts, where fewer top grades have been achieved. Jill Duffy, the chair of the JCQ, has said that regional inequalities unfortunately are getting worse, not better. So there is something that I think we need to consider when we talk about how students are achieving across the country.
Yeah, always questions when you drill down into the figures, aren't there? Anjum, thank you for that. Well, let's cross to Dan Whitehead, who's at UCAS headquarters in Cheltenham for us this morning. And as Anjum was saying there, Dan, UCAS saying that record numbers have secured their first choice university, but others are likely to be disappointed, aren't they? And people hard at work there at UCAS trying to find a place for them somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, the phone started ringing here, Anna, at the clearing centre here in Cheltenham, literally within a couple of seconds after 8 o'clock. That is when students could mainly log into the website and find out. Not all of them, of course, are going into colleges or schools these days, but the team of a couple of hundred have been busy since 8 o'clock this morning, answering calls, answering social media, emails from students who, are concerned and didn't get their grades. There are around 27,000 courses available through the UCAS clearing system, and they have until 1 o'clock this afternoon to add any choices through clearing to the system. Then it gets processed and put forward to those universities to see if they can get a space. But as I say, there are tens of thousands of places available. It is a record year, though, as we've been mentioning, just over 250,000, some 255,000 students, 18-year-old students, got a place at university. 82% of them got their first choice, and a record number as well of all ages going to colleges, going to universities, 439,000 students in total. That's the highest number of placed students on results day in record. We start drilling down into the stats. We heard there about the regional disparities. That's really interesting, but also looking at the types of courses, of course, that people are applying for. The subject with the largest percentage increase this year is engineering and technology, around 30,000 placed applicants so far. That's excluding clearing, of course. That's up 12.5% on last year. So an increase in perhaps some of those more technical courses, things as AI gets built into all of our workplaces and jobs. Students being a little bit more savvy on the choices of courses which they are choosing. And a word as well on international students. Again, that's increased this year. Up by 2.9%, around 52,000 international students. So crucial to universities up and down the country financially. They pay a much higher level of tuition fee. Chinese students making up the vast majority of those students this year. Around 12,000 applicants, is up 13% on last year for Chinese students. So they're still absolutely crucial for universities financially. The situation here at UCAS, though, is that the phones are quite literally off the hook. They've been incredibly busy working through those digital social media requests as well from students who perhaps didn't get the grades that they needed, working through their options. The 27,000 clearing places are up on offer, so there's plenty of choice still to be had.
Yeah, it's there's still plenty of opportunities out there, aren't there, Dan, for anyone who didn't get into their first choice university. Morning, people opening their results. I get nervous, and it's not even people I know who are opening their results. Talk us through what the morning's been like for you there.
That's right. There's been lots of nerves from many of the students that were travelling in today to open their results. But now most of them, the vast majority of them, do now know what they got for their A-levels or other technical qualifications. Now those results have been opened. The national trends are starting to emerge. And I am now joined by Pete Kirkbride. You are the Chief Education Officer for EACT. And we were speaking, weren't we, about some of those trends, some of the regional disparities that we've seen, and the fact that the disparities between the highest and lowest performers has increased. Tell me a little bit about that and how Birmingham plays a part of that too.
Yeah, well, first thing to say is today is about the students' results, and across the country, students are opening them up, having the most brilliant time, lots of joy, a lot of laughter here today, lots of celebration. The issue about the regional differences comes up every single year, and we've got to stop talking about it and we've got to start doing something about it. The big issue, there's a big funding issue. You know, down in London, per pupil, students are funded significantly higher than other areas in the country. And we can't ignore the disadvantaged and the deprivation and the poverty, the impact of the economic crisis that we're still seeing and we're still going through. And also, of course, when we spoke earlier, there is still the legacy of COVID, particularly when we look at those communities that are hit the hardest with that. But today, in those regions, schools and pupils are getting great results. And there are examples in every one of those regions, like this school we're here in today, North Birmingham Academy here in Birmingham, where they're bucking those trends and they're delivering great results. So yeah, that would be my initial thoughts on those differences today.
And very briefly, I know you've just mentioned funding. What else needs to be done to address these disparities? Because it's not just in education; it has a knock-on effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and I think that was probably at the heart of the second bit I was saying there. We've got to acknowledge that outside of London, outside of the South, there is a lot of other factors. It's not that they're not in London as well, but that per pupil funding helps mitigate those issues even more. But yeah, the disadvantage, the pupil premium levels, the economic issues, they're significant. We know this we have schools up in Oldham, up in Manchester. It is very different. Here in Birmingham, MBA, we're here today, one of the most deprived areas of Birmingham with some of the poorest services, and yet here they are still delivering to the pupils. So it can be done, but nationally there's a lot more we need to do to make sure we're not having this same conversation every single year.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us with that. Thank you. And as you've heard there, proud really of many of the students, especially those that may come from more disadvantaged backgrounds, that have done extremely well here today, collecting those A-level results and, of course, results for technical courses too.
Yeah, Shaman, congratulations to anyone getting their A-level results today. Big day for you. Thanks very much indeed, Shaman.